thing that's special about Cerebrum is, we really deal with head injuries, and we do research in head injury. And I think we do a great job, and we have a statistically high percentage of people that get better and do the things that they couldn't do before, and they're chronic. So those are statistics that we can actually live with, that we like. Those post-concussive patients where they've kind of lost hope and they do better.
Martial arts fighter and UFC champion Rich Franklin is one of the new patients at Cerebrum Health Centers in Irving.
And by my count, I've had roughly 8 pretty serious concussions that happened during fights.
Good. All right. Go ahead and sit up nice and straight for me.
He's come here to find out what kind of long-lasting effects more than a decade of fighting may have had on his brain. Franklin joins another former fighter, Guy Metzger, also being treated here for head trauma.
Because we tend to be a little more exaggerated than certain injuries, right? But the healing process is still basically the same thing.
Here we go.
The idea, according to doctors, is to study these fighters' brains, detect their injuries, and rehab them while taking very close notes about what they find.
But it's the accumulation of trauma that we find that ends up being the net result, worst case scenario.
How'd that feel?
Dr. Brock says they'll use these worst case scenarios to learn how to treat less severe and more common head injuries.
We monitor their eye movement speed. We monitor their body reaction speed.
And the therapy here can be very high-tech. Take this chair, for example. It's known as a vestibular rehabilitation device that can rehab the function of the inner ear.
For fighters like Rich Franklin,
this is not only, it'll help perhaps be preventative with some problems that I could possibly have down the road, but also help other people as well.
And in turn, he's helping find a much wider-reaching victory outside the cage. In Irving, Ken Molestina, CBS 11 News.
But one thing I want to say is it's not all just about head injuries and fighters or professional football players. It's about anybody with a neurological illness, whether it be neurodegenerative disease. And even really the nutritional component and the medicinal component of people with, chronic issues like autoimmune disease or any other, infectious problem that creates a situation where the nervous system may suffer as a result. So we look at an integrative approach to treating somebody with a neurological problem. You might have inflammation because of an infectious disease, or you might have inflammation because of a gastrointestinal issue, or a detoxification issue, or an infectious disease issue, and that inflammation now creates a situation where your brain doesn't heal as well as it should. So we look at the whole person, and we run good labs, and we run good diagnostics, and we put together treatment plans that are integrative and all-inclusive, and that is what makes us different.